All right, hey guys, welcome to our team call. It's been a hot minute. Tonight is June 6th, 2018, and I just do that for purposes. So when I go to name these on YouTube, I know what I'm talking about. So tonight we're going to go over what's happening this month. We're going to talk about Lyft briefly. And then we're going to go into the topic for tonight. So a couple things that are happening this month. It's a brand new month. Fresh into it. This month's Success Club Prize is a webinar with the author of Girl Wash Your Face, Rachel something or another. If Ashley Barrel was on this call, she would be like, how dare you not know her name? But that is the Success Club Prize this month. This is untold information will be released at Summit, but this is the last month for continuous Success Club prizes every single month. So definitely make sure you guys earn this. They've got some cool things up their sleeve for Success Club starting in July. So make sure that happens. To be still a thing. The promo price is just over, but it's back to regular price. So if you guys are doing Tubi, make sure you're sharing about it with other people. Make sure you're sharing about it on Facebook. If you have Apple, download the app. I've heard some people don't like the app because they like the book and vice versa. If you have Android, I'm really, really sorry. Beachbody's working on it. And if you can't use like a handwritten tracker, download MyFitnessPal, but just ignore the calories. That's what I did before the app came out. Okay, couple of other things. Summit is happening the 20th. Yeah, 20th through the 24th. So the team page will be very busy throughout that. If you're going to Summit, I'm so excited. I know Amber and Janet is. I can't wait to see you ladies. But the team page will be popping because we'll be talking about all the new releases that are being announced. It's a fun, exciting time. But because of that, there is no team call on the 20th because I'll be out to dinner with the team that's in Indy. So there's going to be no team call that night. And then next week we'll have a new coach call. Last thing is that. And there's still room for the team retreat. So if you would like to go, message me and I'll give you some information. Okay, so we're going to talk about Lyft really briefly, guys. I'm going to actually do a screen share so I can pull up some pictures, but I should probably have said pictures pulled up. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys. Nope, just kidding. I'm going to find my pictures. Where is this group? Oh. Okay. Share screen. This is posted in the team page, but I just happen to be in the sneak peek of the Lyft group. So we're going to go over a couple things really quickly, guys. Okay, so first things first, it is being released on Monday at midnight. So when you get up on Monday, you can go and buy it because I know you guys are excited. If you haven't done the sneak, what is that? That was a cat. I don't know where that came from. Okay. If you haven't done the sneak peek of the workout, check it out. It is on Beachbody On Demand. You can't access it via your app, but you can access it from like a browser or anywhere else, and it's under Lyft. If you have people that want to test it out, they do not need a Beachbody On Demand account. All they simply need to do is just go to beachbodyondemand.com and it'll pop up for them. So make sure you guys talk about it. Okay, so this gets released on 6/11. So something new that Beachbody is doing is that if you want to start it on 7/16, you have to buy the VIP access. If you don't want to buy the VIP access, you will get it on October 1st. So it's not required to buy it, but you're going to have FOMO and you're going to want to get it. And it's really not that expensive, guys. Okay, so for coaches, if you want just the VIP access, like no accessory bundles, no nothing with it, it's $30. That's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things, and you get 38 PV. But you have to buy it on the account that you have your Beachbody On Demand. So for my people that have spouses signed up or anything like that, do not buy it underneath them. You have to buy it under your account that you have Beachbody On Demand, okay? I cannot stress that enough. So if you just want the VIP access, it's $30 for coaches and it's $40 for non-coaches. Now, if somebody doesn't, if they're like, well, I don't want to pay $30, I pay $99, why don't I get it? Well, you do, but you have to wait till October 1st. So just keeping it real with you guys, okay? And as people come on, I'm going to mute you. Okay, so coaches, you guys have a couple of options. And all of this is found under FAQ, write this down, FAQ 7500. I love you guys, but if you message me asking me a question, be like, did you check FAQ 7500? Okay, I love you. I do. But I'm going to refer you to FAQ 7500. Okay, so coaches, we're going to go over what you guys have the option, then we're going to go over what customers have the option, and then we'll jump into all of the information. Actually, while I have the screen share, we're going to go over what our customers can get. So this picture right here, guys, this is for, can I write on here? Yeah, okay. This is for new Beachbody On Demand customers or new Beachbody On Demand coaches. If your people already have BOD, this does not pertain to them, okay? So I like the names of these. I think it's easier when you're talking to people and you give them names of things. That's how I did for 2B Mindset. There was the all-in, the game changer, like those were the two options. So the first one just called, we call it the basic. It's $180. Everything is on promo, $10 off until 7/31. So it's really $170 because the prices aren't reflected on here because I want you guys to be able to use this going forward. So this is for new people. They can get a year access to Lift, 1 year of BOD workouts. They can choose either their performance line or Shakeology. They get the resistant bands, which are completely different from 80-day obsession. These are like actual like resistant bands. Like, do you like my movements here that I'm doing? Because there's a band of fire. So if you don't, this is resistant bands in Ashley's world, evidently. And then they get a shaker cup. So if they choose Shakeology, they're going to get a Shakeology cup. If they choose the performance line, they're going to get a performance shaker cup. Sorry, I want to make sure resistant tubes, resistant tubes. Yeah, I don't know what you mean, Christina, but we're going to go with it. Oh, I drew on it. I don't know how to get it off. Oh, I don't know how to get my chat down. Guys, I really shouldn't be allowed to do anything. Oh, I can't get my chat to go away. It won't. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we're ignoring the red line. The next option up is called the Committed. It'll be $230 on promo. They get everything they got in the basic, but instead they get 2 shaker cups and they also get Shakeology. So they don't have to pick one or the other. They get both Shakeology and the performance line. So it's very similar to how the 80-day obsession works, that you got both. And then they get the Perfectionist. And don't be afraid to give people these options. I know sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to give them that option. That's a lot of money. Let them decide what they want to get. You'll be shocked at what people will choose. When 80-day obsession came out, a lot of people chose the $230 option because it's an amazing deal. Amazing. You basically got the performance line for free. It's all about how you talk about it, guys. Okay, so the Perfectionist. And all of this is in the team page, by the way, guys, okay? So you don't have to jot this all down. You get the BOD, you get the Lift 4, you get 30 days of Shakeology, 1 tub of Energize, 1 tub of Hydrate, 2 tubs of Recover, and 2 tubs of Recharge, foam roller, 2 shaker cups, a mat, and the resistance band. So you get everything you need for the program. And you can find all the commission and PV all in FAQ 7500. So this is for new customers only. So a lot of us probably will have customers that already have BOD that are going to want to do it. So these are their options, and none of these include BOD because they already have BOD. So the basic, they have the early access to the VIP, either the performance line or Shakeology, shaker cup, resistant bands, and that is $140. The Committed, that's $200. They get both Shakeology and the performance line, 2 shaker cups, 2 resistant bands, and the early access. And then the Perfectionist, they get everything that was in that last one I told you guys about. The only thing they don't get is BOD. So they all have the same options. So make sure you guys know your options, learn them, study them, get your script typed up in your notepad, and I will share mine in the team page as well, and I'll show you guys what I'm sharing with people. But add people to the sneak peek. I'm taking the work away from you guys. I'm taking those conversations and helping you because it's already in the sneak peek group, all right? So get your people in there and make sure you're posting about it. So now if you're like, Ashley, what do I get? Like, what can a coach order? So coaches, these are your guys' options, okay? You may want to write this down if one pertains to you. So coaches, you can get just the VIP. That's $30. That's all you get. Just the VIP. That's it. You can get the accessory bundle, which is $38. I feel like that's a no-brainer. Spend the extra $8. I'm just saying. You get the VIP access. You get the 2 resistant bands. So for my people that travel, those bands are going to be great because you can do this while traveling. That's the nice thing about the Bandifier. And then you get the printed guide. So that's like the printed like weight tracker, the nutrition program, and the calendar. So that is $38. And then the PV associated with that, guys, because I know some of you guys like to know that, is 38 PV. Usually it's the PV that like the dollar amount is. So it's 38 PV. Okay. The next one you guys can buy, it's called the deluxe bundle. That is $105. And I don't know if these are $10 off. I'm not going to lie. I'm just giving you the price that's in the Coach Online office. So you get the VIP access. You get a tub of Energize and Recover. You get 2 bands and you get a performance shaker cup. Now coaches, we know how bad all of us want a performance shaker cup that have never had a chance to get one. I have been like begging Beachbody to release them. So I'm going to be buying this just damn shaker cup because I want one. It's how serious I am about this. That is $105 and that's worth 89 PV. And then the last option is we do have a mega bundle option to choose from, guys, which is $278. That is the Coach price, $278. That's worth 234 PV. You get the VIP access. You get an Energize, 2 Recover, 2 Recharge, and a Hydrate, which that alone is a great deal because those are not cheap. 2 bands, a core mat, a foam roller, and a shaker cup. I will type this up and I'll put this on the team page. Would you guys like that for me to do that? Yeah. I also, guys, you know where you can find this? Anybody? FAQ 7500. Jed's like FAQ 7500. All of that is there as well. So if you missed some of that. So that is your list stuff. So again, there is a sneak peek happening. I already got it going. The 4 posts are there. Super simple. I posted them. It's already in there. Add your people. There will be a challenge group. I will run one for the entire team for you guys to throw all of your people in. Some key points about this program, guys. All the workouts are different. So just like 80-day obsession, no 2 workouts are the same. You get to see them progress together. There's 38 workouts, 4 days a week, 30-ish minutes. So for my people that are like, hallelujah, goodbye autumn in 60 minutes, or in my case, 120 minutes because it takes 2 hours to finish a workout because of my adorable daughter, I am thrilled. I am so excited. It's perfect for summer, soccer games, cheer practice, running, walking. This can go for your CrossFit people. I already have people that are like, this is perfect. This is what I already do at CrossFit. This is going to be perfect. So if you haven't done the sneak peek, do the sneak peek. All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Okay, guys, now we're going to talk about a topic tonight. If you didn't watch my live video, go watch my live video. If you did watch it, can you just like post a comment for a girlfriend down there? There's like 3 comments, y'all. Like, make a girl feel loved. Like, I don't care if you throw a thumbs up on it. And if you know me, I don't do thumbs up. I don't even care. Just give a girl some love over here. So I've been in a rut. And even when I get in ruts too, guys, I'm a human being. I've been in this business, so I get into ruts. But one of the key things I talked about in the live video is when I get into a rut, I still make sure I'm consistent. And I can't stress that enough, guys. If you get into a rut with your business, please still make sure you're consistent on social media, because you'll thank yourself later, okay? I always use Ashley Barrowald as an example. She quit working the business, but she kept posting every single day. And when she decided to go all in with her business, she hit Success Club 24 that month. She decided to go all in because she was still consistent. So I've been in a rut. So I thought this was a perfect time to talk about this team call topic. And I've done this call before, but there's so many new people on the team that I think nobody's probably listened to this call from like way back when. So we're going to talk about business paralysis, because we all at some point will get into some sort of paralysis when it comes to our business. And I'm going to leave it as this type of slide. That way, if you have any questions, I can answer them during the call. So this is what we're going to talk about, guys. And if you like to take notes, don't write these all down because I'm going to go into each of these details. Because if you're like me, you're going to be like, Ashley, I hate you. Now I got to redo my notes because that's the type of person that I am. I go to Summit, I take notes, I come home and I redo my notes so they're like more pretty. I'm weird. I was that way in high school. Like I would take notes and then I'd go home and redo my notes. Like I don't know what was wrong with me. I'm a weirdo. Alicia's a weirdo with me. Yes. Yes. Okay. So what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, we're going to talk about being overwhelmed from the start because there's a lot of new coaches. So I know a lot of this will probably pertain to you guys. You got off track. You missed a goal. Coaches quit or went inactive. We've all had that happen. I've had that happen. Or we reached a big goal and then we just stopped working the business. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about tonight is so one of the things that stops coaches from working their businesses, they get overwhelmed. And really, guys, this business is simple. Most of the time when we get overwhelmed is because we're doing it to ourselves. We're making it overcomplicated than it should. We're making it more complicated than it should be. And this business isn't complicated. You do those vital behaviors, and that's really what this business comes down to is those vital behaviors. So how do you become unoverwhelmed? Well, the first thing is you just need to go back to the basics. If you are trying to do everything under the sun and you're trying so many new things, go back to the basics, okay? One, share your personal journey. At the end of the day, that's what this business comes down to, is sharing your personal journey. Today I was sitting down, I was like, what should I post about today? I'm like, well, what do I tell my coaches? Just post about life. So I posted about my life. We had a zoo day. So I posted about that. Sometimes we just think like we can only post fitness things, but in all reality, we need to be sharing our lives. And I'm an oversharer. It is what it is. It's just the kind of person that I am. If you don't mind sharing, share those struggles that you're having. Share that you're in a rut. People will relate. I cannot emphasize this enough. You do not need to be a perfect person on social media. You will find that more people will relate to you and be drawn to you when you are raw and authentic with people. When you are your most vulnerable, people will appreciate that. So don't think you have to be perfect, okay? If you had a cheeseburger, share you had a dang cheeseburger. I got on today, I was like, I had Wendy's, I had nuggets, I had fries, I had a Coke, and I had a burger. It was the 4 for $4 deal, okay, guys? It's not like it was a lot of food. It was 4 freaking chicken nuggets. Calm down. I did not consume like 5,000 calories. I saw the faces. But I shared that, and people can relate to that. So go back and share don't worry, Alicia either does mine. He's like, do you have to tell people we're on vacation? I'm like, well, I do post on social media, and they're going to see palm trees, and we live in Ohio. There's no palm trees in Ohio. Like, nobody's going to break into our house. And if they do, we have an alarm system. Like, that's what I tell Bill all the time. All right, so you're going to go back, and you're going to share your personal journey. 2, can y'all be honest with me? I need in the chat box, and only put in the chat box, who's filling out a business activity tracker? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, guys, you need to get back in the actions of doing your business activity tracker. It's in the Coach Online office. If for whatever reason, I don't know what excuse you're going to give yourself of why you don't like it or why you can't fill it out, find another system that works for you. But when you come to me and you're like, Ashley, my business isn't growing, I'm going to ask you, well, what did you do this week? How many people did you invite? How many people did you add to your network? How many people have you followed up with? If you're not tracking your business, you don't know what you need to be doing. And a lot of times we think we're working the business when in all reality, you're not doing the things that you need to be doing. Ignore rock the basics. That's not even a thing anymore. Follow those vital behaviors, guys. Inviting, sharing, being proof of the product, personal development. 9 out of 10 times when we're in a rut, if you dive into personal development, you will get out of that rut. I promise you. And that, I'm saying that to myself because I know what I need to be doing, and I need to be doing some personal development. Get plugged into the team page. You know how I can tell when the team's in a rut? The team page is like a ghost town. It's like chirp, chirp, chirp. Those are supposed to be cricket sounds, okay, by the way. And it's like cricket. It's like a ghost town. And that's what the team page has kind of been. So I know the team's in a rut. And it usually happens when I get into a rut. It's kind of like leading by example. So I know when I'm in a rut, the team tends to get into a rut and our team page gets quiet. So plug back into the team page, recognize people. I don't think we've had some recognition in a while besides me posting it every single week for the leaderboard. Recognize a fellow coach. It doesn't have to be your PS coach. It can be any coach. Maybe you saw them rocking their workout or you saw them rocking an awesome post that you really like. Recognize people, celebrate in there, okay? Just be active, plug in, help other people. And then the number thing I would recommend you guys too is print the new coach manual. How many of you guys know this existed? Yeah, that means people aren't looking at the files. So look in the files. There's a new coach manual. You can get it. And I know my 2B people like to take things to Staples and get them spiral bound. You can do that. You can take it to Staples and get it spiral bound. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We've had it for a bit. Check that out. No, you can recognize literally anybody, Christina. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'll like message Jill or Emily and be like, hey, can you give me a shout out on the team page? Because I don't have an upline and girlfriend likes to be shouted out sometimes. So it can literally be anybody you want to share. Yeah, I know I'm selfish and I'm ridiculous when it comes to recognition. It is what it is. All right, so you got off track. Now it's time to get on track. How many of us I got it off track, whether we finished 80-day obsession, you're like, I don't know what to do now. So we get off track. We quit working out. We quit drinking our Shakeology. And then before you know it, it's thanks, Alicia. Thanks, Jen. And before you know it, you haven't worked out in 3 weeks. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. So what do? 1, you make a public commitment, whether it's in the team page, whether it's on your personal page. But if you are making a public commitment on your personal page that you are recommitting to your workouts, you better recommit. You better not make a public commitment and then a week later disappear off the face of the earth because no one will ever trust you. Do you know why people trust me? Do you know why people join me? Because for 5 years, I have been consistent on posting on social media. Even when I was pregnant, when I could finally work out, I showed up every single day and I got a workout in. If you're making a commitment, you got to stick with it. If you're making a commitment to your business and you're posting it in the team page and you're literally telling your team, our team, that you're committing to your business, don't come a month later and be like, well, I fell off track. Because that commitment wasn't real and I'm not going to know when you truly mean you're committed to your business, okay? So make a public commitment. 2, create short-term goals. I talk about this a lot in with my challengers. Some people are like, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds. That is awesome that you want to lose 50 pounds, but if you focus on just that 50 pounds, it'll take you a long time to get there and you'll probably fall off track so quickly because you step on the scale on day 2 and you're like, oh, I haven't lost 50 pounds. I quit. It's happened. Maybe not after 2 days, but so you break down that big goal into short-term goals. So for example, when I was trying to lose 50 pounds, I did it in 10-pound increments and I put Post-it notes on my mirror in the bathroom. And anytime I hit a new goal weight, I ripped off that Post-it note. So I knew what I was working towards. And anytime I hit that 10-pound goal weight, I then added new Post-it notes. And there is no better feeling than ripping off a Post-it note because you accomplished that goal. So it's same thing, whether it's fitness or it's business. If you want to hit Emerald, put Coach 1, Coach 2 on a Post-it note. When you add that coach, rip off that Post-it note. If you're reaching for diamond, put your diamond, what you need on Post-it notes and rip them as you make them happen. If you're trying to hit Success Club, put 1, 2, 3 and rip off those Post-it notes. Something that simple is so satisfying, but you have to make them into short-term goals. Ask for accountability. I don't know if you guys know this, but that's what the team's about. It's about accountability. And if you post in the team page and you're like, hey, I need this accountability. Will somebody text me if you don't see a workout from me by so-and-so? Don't be afraid to ask for help. We are a family, guys. We are a family and we are here for one another. So ask for help. Ask for accountability, okay? And then number 4, I want you to sit down and plan out your month. I have gotten kind of off track with that. I was actually doing it earlier today because I still have to put up the June calendar. I know I'm a slacker. It's the 6th. I'm working on it, okay? But I was sitting on here and I was planning out the month, when we're going to have calls, when Summit's going to be, what the sneak peeks are going to be. So sit down and plan out your month. Are you hosting a free group this month? Plan it out. Are you starting a new program? Plan it out. Jen Steiner's really good about planning out her week for her workouts, and she made this cute little graphic that I liked. So she's doing max 30, so it's perfect. So she can put her max out times, but sit down and plan out your month. I'm a planner. I've got 5 planners around me right now. And that works better for me. It makes things a little bit simpler for me. If you have a spouse or a partner, sit down with them every single Sunday and plan out your week, whether it's meal planning. If you know you've got team calls that you need to be on, be like, hey, I'm going to need you X, Y, and Z day. On Wednesdays, my husband knows he's on Evelyn duty if it's after 8:30 because I got to get prepped for a team call. So sit down and plan out your month. That's how you're going to help get back on track. Plan out your workouts. All right, guys. How many of this has happened to you? You've missed your goal and you're like, oh, I'm just going to quit. Because that makes sense. You missed your goal, so you might as well just quit, give up, throw in the towel. Like, life's over as you know it. Like, it's never going to happen. We've all been there. I know. I can be very dramatic sometimes. Guess what, guys? We've all missed a goal. I've been in this business for 5 years. 3 of those years, I said I was going to hit elite. Guess what? I've never hit elite. I could quit. I could give up. I could make it. I could like just throw in the towel. But what's the point in that? Like, just because you miss a goal doesn't mean you quit. And I like to tell people, if you quit, you're never going to reach that goal. If I would have quit, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I would be probably hating my life working retail with snotty little teenagers wanting to like punch them in the face. No offense if anybody is a teenager. So congratulations, you missed your goal. You're not alone. So 2, you need to reevaluate your goal. 9 out of 10 times when somebody misses a goal, it's because they did not work towards that goal. So if you tell me at the beginning of the month, I'm going to hit Emerald this month, and then that month comes and rolls around, and you're like, I didn't hit Emerald, I need you to have a gut check. Did you do everything you could have done to hit Emerald? Did you do everything you could have done to hit Success Club? Like, sometimes we need to have a hard reality check, and 9 out of 10 times, you probably didn't do what you needed to do. Cough, cough, invite. 9 out of 10 times. So reevaluate your goal. Do you really want to hit that goal? Like, is that meaningful to you? So today I sat down and I like really thought to myself, do I want to pursue elite? Do I want to pursue going after this big goal? What does it mean to me? And I sat there and I was like, yes, I want to make this happen. Like, I want to show Beachbody that you can be a coach for 6 years and hit elite for the first time, that you can make it happen, that it's not impossible. And once I hit it, I'll be satisfied. I'll be happy. So I reevaluated that goal. 3, so you've reevaluated your goal. Now you need to make a plan. You can't just say, I'm going to hit Emerald, or I'm just going to hit Success Club, or I'm just going to hit Diamond. You have to have a plan with it. How are you going to make it happen? So I have a couple coaches that are working towards Star Diamond. So they know that every month they need to add X, Y, and Z amount of coaches. So you need to make a plan to hit your goal. It's the same thing when it comes to weight loss. You can't just say you're going to lose 50 pounds. How are you going to lose 50 pounds? How are you going to make that happen? You need to do the same thing with your business goals. This is my favorite, and you need to remove this from your vocabulary. If you've ever said this before, it's hard for me. It is not hard for you. You are choosing for it to be hard. It is not hard to hit Success Club. Don't punch me in the face, okay? It is not hard to hit Emerald. It is not hard to hit Diamond. Is it tough? Sure. But you can do it. You can make it happen. And I know I use myself as an example a lot, and probably most of you like literally want to say like F you to me when I say this. Success Club is not hard. I have hit it for 53 months in a row. Is that 4 years? 3, 12, 24. That's 4 years in a row. 4.5 years. Guess what, guys? I started where you started. 0 followers, 0 Instagram followers, no like page, minimal friends on Facebook, and I've hit it for 53 years in a row. It is not hard. You make it hard. So if you say it's hard for me to hit Emerald, it's hard for me to hit Success Club, you're letting that be an excuse. You're letting that validate your excuses, and you need to remove that from your vocabulary. All right, stepping off my soapbox. This one, we're going to run through this one really quickly because I realized I'm taking up some of your time, and I apologize. So coaches quitting, go inactive. Boo-hoo, it's going to happen. Get over it. So I always like to tell people this story. I remember I was working out one day. I was doing Turbo Fire. This is back when I had just started becoming a coach, and I had 3 coaches quit in one day, which at the time I only had like 8 coaches. 3 coaches. I cried. I legit like bawled my eyes. And one was my cousin. Like, who? Come on, cuz. Like, why are you quitting on me? And I thought my business was done. And now when I get a coach cancellation, guys, I don't even open up that email. I just delete it. It's not for them. That's cool. And usually when I have coaches quit, about 50% of my coaches that quit come back. Sometimes 3 different times. Yeah, it's going to happen. Coaches are going to quit. It is what it is. If you let that stop you, that sucks, but you shouldn't let them stop you. A lot of times I'll ask coaches, why did you quit? It got too hard. I wasn't successful. Well, Sally, you were a coach for a week. You're not going to be a 6-figure earner in a week. Like sometimes coaches just have higher expectations when they start, when all reality, it's a business. It takes time to grow. So ask them why they quit. Don't be afraid to ask them. Get your inactive coaches and challenge groups. So a lot of times what happens, guys, is we sign up coaches and we think, oh, they're coaches now. We don't have to help them. But your coaches should be just like your challengers. They need to be in challenge groups. If they go inactive, you need to remind them, like, why did they sign up? Like, what was their goal when they ordered that challenge pack, when they invested in themselves? I guarantee you their Shakeology is still sitting in a cupboard unopened and they haven't even touched it yet. I guarantee you they haven't done BOD in like 4 or 5 months. But you got to reach out with them. Just treat them like you would a challenger. So make sure you guys are following up with your coaches. Now, yours are going to probably look a lot different than mine. I love my coaches, and if you're a PS coach of mine, but it is not realistic for me to be able to check in with my coaches every single day. I have like over 100 coaches underneath me, so that's just not realistic. Like, I love my family. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to check in with my coaches, but I make sure that they're plugged into challenge groups, especially those that haven't flown the nest yet, and you need to do the same thing. And I always like to say this, guys, if you've hit Emerald, that's great, but now you need to keep hitting Emerald on repeat. We get comfortable. We add 2 coaches underneath us. We think everything's fine and dandy with the world. We're good to go. And then we get so upset when a coach quits, so we lose our Emerald status or whatever status, but you need to keep actively, continually adding to your team below you, okay? So from here on out, if a coach quits or goes inactive, as long as you did everything you could do, that's all that matters. I have coaches quit that I literally send follow-ups every single week, and I see them reading it. That's the choice of Facebook. You can see it reading, and I'm like, all right, I did everything I could. There's literally, I can't force them to message me back. You can't force somebody to do this. Sometimes it's just not for them, but you can't let them stop you in their tracks. Okay. And once I quit recording, I'm going to share a quick story with you because I don't need this out on the YouTube world. All right. About coaches and not letting them stop you in your tracks. Okay. And the last one, guys, is you reached a big goal. So a lot of times what happens, and this may not pertain to a lot of you guys on this call, but you'll hit like a big goal like Diamond or Star Diamond, even Emerald. Emerald's a big goal. And you're like, oh, I hit my goal. Like, what do I do now? You set another goal. You don't just stop when you reach one goal. You set the next goal. There's a whole big world of goals and rank advancements and all that fun stuff out there. So you build your why even bigger. Your why is what keeps you going in this business, guys. I've hit my why so many times. So like my first why was to help buy a new car. Done. It was help to pay for our wedding. Done. It was help to, when we moved, to like cover that. Done. Then my big why became to quit my job. Done. And then it became to bring my husband home. Done. And now it's to pay off as much debt as we can. And really the only debt we have is the last of my husband's student loans in my house. And that is what we're working on. So you will hit your whys. And once you hit those whys, you need to set even bigger whys. You need to keep going. You don't just stop when you hit a goal. Unless you have hit 15 star 4 times because one coach has done that, then you can stop going after your why. But I don't think any of us are there yet, so we got to keep going after that. Or you need to come up with a new one. Maybe your why is not big enough. I like to ask coaches, like, what is your why? Which is going to be a call to action when we're done. And I love it when coaches like, to earn a discount and to become healthier. Yeah, that's why we're all a coach. We're all a coach to become healthier and earn a discount. That is not your why. Your why is what's going to get you out of bed in the morning, which is going to make you miss Scandal or whatever show's on right now to work your business if you haven't worked your business. This one a lot. So you hit a big goal. You're like, oh, I can take a break in my business. If you take a break, you're going to stall. I promise. And I talked about that in the beginning. Sometimes we need a break. Take a Sunday. Take a Tuesday. Take whatever day you want to take. But if you take a week and then a month and then 2 months, that trust that you built, it's going to be gone. I promise you, it's going to be gone because I mean, just think about it, you guys. Put yourself in like your customer's shoes and your coach's shoes. If you just fell off the face of the earth, would you trust them when they came back? Chances are no. So you got to think the same way. So it's okay to take a break. You don't need to be um on social media 24/7 because I know sometimes we get burnt out. I do. But even on those days, I make sure I get one post in. I get one Insta story in just so my face is out there. And you got to keep going, guys. There's always bigger goals. Unless you're at the top, you got to keep going. I mean, look at Melanie Mitchell. She's been the #1 coach for 4 years in a row, and she's still going. She is not throwing in the towel. I mean, there's no reason to stop. So call to action, guys. There's going to be, well, this is not a call to action, so we're going to ignore that. Okay. So your call to action, guys, and this is how we're going to get the team page ramped up again. The first one is I need you to post your why in the team page. I know who's on this call. There are 10 of you. If 10 of you do not post in the team page your why, I will come find you. Okay? Don't try to sneak off on this call. I'm taking a photo. Boom. The only person that gets a pass is the phone number because I don't know who that is. And boom. So you need to post your why in the team page. Now, don't get mad at me if I tell you to come back again with a bigger why, okay? I mean your business why. I want to know your business why. Why are you a coach? Why are you working this business? Why aren't you going to give up? What's going to keep you going when you want to throw in the towel? And don't be mad at me if I challenge you, okay? Don't be mad because that's what my job is. And then the second one is I want to know how many Success Club points you're going to have by the 20th. Okay. I know I just picked that one off the top of my head. And we're going to stop that there, but I'm going to keep going because we're recording.